All living beings in the world need food, water, and oxygen to stay alive. These needs are fulfilled through eating, drinking, and breathing. Whatever we eat or drink is absorbed into our body and then transported to different cells of the body. This transportation is done through the heart, blood, and blood vessels, which we also call the circulatory system. This circulatory system is also called the cardiovascular system. Today, we will study this circulatory system. In this lecture, we will study what the cardiovascular system or circulatory system is. After that, we will study the components of the circulatory system. Then we will study the types of the circulatory system. Then we will study the types of blood vessels. And lastly, we will study the function of this circulatory system. Let's start. First of all, we will study what the circulatory system is. The circulatory system is a system of organs in the body which includes the human heart, blood vessels, and blood. It circulates substances throughout the body. This circulation includes nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and waste material, and it is transported through the blood. Now, this circulatory system has three major parts, which are the heart, blood vessels, and blood. Now, what is the function of these three? The human heart is a powerful muscular pumping organ that pumps blood to all the organs of the body. Now, these blood vessels transport this blood and carry different materials. Now, what is blood? Blood contains RBCs, WBCs, plasma, platelets, and nutrients and oxygen. Now we will study the components of the circulatory system. The components of this circulatory system are three: the human heart, blood vessels, and blood. Now we will study these three in a little more detail one by one. Human heart. First, we will study the human heart. The heart pumps blood throughout the body. The heart has four chambers, two upper chambers and two lower chambers. The upper chambers are called the right atrium and the left atrium, and the lower chambers are called the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Do you know that the blood comes into the atria, and from the atria, the blood goes into the ventricles, and from the ventricles, the blood is pumped to the different organs of the body. I have already made a detailed lecture on the heart. I will provide the link in the description below, or you can also watch my lecture on the heart on the channel. Blood vessels. The second component is blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Let's understand what are arteries. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to different parts of the body, except for pulmonary arteries, because pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Now, let me tell you what veins are. Veins carry deoxygenated blood from the body back to the heart, except for pulmonary veins, because pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood. In simpler words, arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to the body, and veins carry deoxygenated blood from the body back to the heart. What are capillaries? Capillaries are blood vessels that connect arteries and veins. If you want to learn more about the difference between arteries, veins, and capillaries, I have made a detailed lecture on that. I will provide the link in the description below, or you can go to the channel and watch my lecture. What is the blood? The third component of the circulatory system is blood. Blood is a fluid that contains nutrients, oxygen, and waste material. All these are transported to different parts of the body through blood. Now let's discuss the types of the circulatory system. The circulatory system has two types: one, systemic circulation, and two, pulmonary circulation. What is systemic circulation? In systemic circulation, oxygenated blood goes from the heart to different parts of the body. This process is called systemic circulation. What is pulmonary circulation? In pulmonary circulation, deoxygenated blood goes from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation. When the blood becomes oxygenated in the lungs, it comes back to the heart, and this process is called pulmonary circulation. Let's understand systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation through an illustration. You can see the figure in front of you, which shows the human heart, lungs, and the human body. First, let me explain systemic circulation. The oxygenated blood from the heart travels to the entire body. The body uses oxygen and other nutrients from this blood, and then this blood becomes deoxygenated, and this deoxygenated blood comes back to the heart. This is known as systemic circulation. Now let's move on to pulmonary circulation, the deoxygenated blood that has come back to the heart from the body. Now this deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs for oxygenation. When oxygen enters this blood from the lungs, this blood becomes oxygenated, and this oxygenated blood returns back to the heart. This process is called pulmonary circulation. I hope you understand the difference between pulmonary system and pulmonary circulation. Now let's study the functions of the circulatory system. Functions of the circulatory system. 1. Transporting oxygen. The first function of the circulatory system is to transport oxygen to the cells of the body. 2. Delivering nutrients. The second function is to deliver nutrients to different cells of the body. 3. Carrying waste products. The third function is to carry the waste produced by our cells to the organs that will remove it from the body. 4. Protection against infections. The fourth function of the circulatory system is to protect against infections or diseases in the body. 5. Healing injuries. The fifth function is to stop blood loss during injuries by forming clots with the help of proteins. Question of the day: what are the types of the circulatory system? If you are a genius, you can answer in the comments below.